What if I told you that some of the most common Volkswagen repairs people pay over $1,000 for can actually be fixed at home for the price of a dinner out? If you came here hoping to learn how to avoid those painful dealership repair bills, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to walk through several Volkswagen repairs that dealerships often charge huge money for, even though the actual fix is far simpler than most people realize. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening under the hood, why these issues appear so often on VW models, and how you can tackle them yourself without draining your wallet. If you own a Volkswagen, you probably already know the love-hate relationship that comes with it. On one hand, these cars feel solid, refined, and surprisingly sporty for everyday driving. The steering feels precise, the suspension is planted, and there's just something about the way a VW drives that keeps people loyal to the brand for years. But then, something unexpected happens. A warning light pops up on the dashboard. Maybe you hear a strange rattle, maybe the engine hesitates, or the car just doesn't feel quite right anymore. That's usually when the stress starts. You call a dealership or a specialized European repair shop, explain the symptoms, and wait for the estimate. When the number comes back, it can feel like a punch in the stomach. $300 here, $700 there, sometimes well over $1,000 before they even start fixing the problem. The truth is, many Volkswagen owners assume these costs are unavoidable because the car is European, but what dealerships rarely mention is that a large number of these common VW problems are surprisingly simple to repair at home. We're not just talking about changing oil or swapping an air filter. We're talking about real repairs that shops routinely charge hundreds of dollars for, even though the parts are inexpensive and the work can be done in your driveway with basic tools and a little patience. Let's start with one of the issues that scares drivers the most. Few things trigger instant anxiety like seeing the check engine light turn on. It's one of those warnings that immediately makes you wonder if something serious is wrong with your car. On many Volkswagen models, especially those equipped with the popular 2.0 TSI, 2.0T, or TDI engines, one of the most common causes of a check engine light is a failing oxygen sensor.
Dealerships often charge between $200 and $400 to replace an oxygen sensor, and that's usually before they add a diagnostic fee just to confirm the problem. But the reality is that replacing an oxygen sensor is one of the easiest repairs you can do yourself. The oxygen sensor is threaded directly into the exhaust system, and on many VW models like the Jetta, Golf, Passat, and Tiguan, it's actually accessible from the top of the engine bay. Most cars have two sensors, one located before the catalytic converter and another after it. A diagnostic trouble code will tell you which one is failing. To replace it, you simply unplug the electrical connector, use a specialized O2 sensor socket to loosen the old sensor, and thread in the new one. Replacement sensors usually cost somewhere between $30 and $60, depending on the engine. Once it's installed, reconnect the wiring and the physical repair is complete. Where many people get confused is when the check engine light doesn't immediately disappear. That's because the engine computer stores the fault code even after the problem is fixed. In some cases, the light will eventually turn off after driving through several warm-up cycles, typically 50 to 100 miles. But if you want the warning gone immediately, a simple OBD2 scanner can clear the code in seconds. These scanners are inexpensive, usually around $25, and they're one of the best investments any Volkswagen owner can make because they allow you to read and erase diagnostic codes whenever you need to. Another repair that often surprises VW owners involves the water pump and thermostat on engines like the 2.0T and 1.8 TSI. These engines became extremely popular across multiple Volkswagen models, but they also developed a reputation for water pump failures. For years, Volkswagen used plastic impellers in their water pumps. Over time, the plastic can become brittle, crack, or simply stop moving coolant effectively. When that happens, the engine's cooling system stops working as it should. If ignored long enough, the engine can overheat and potentially suffer serious damage. Fortunately, these pumps rarely fail without warning. You might notice your temperature gauge creeping higher than usual, especially during highway driving. You might see the coolant level slowly dropping, even though there's no obvious leak. Sometimes the heater inside the car will stop producing strong heat, which is another sign the coolant isn't circulating properly. Dealerships sometimes quote extremely high prices for this repair, especially if overheating has already caused additional problems. But if you catch it early, replacing the water pump and thermostat yourself is very manageable.
A complete kit containing both parts usually costs between $80 and $150. The job typically takes 2 to 3 hours for someone doing it the first time. The coolant must be drained, the pump housing removed, and the thermostat replaced while you're in there, since it sits right next to the pump. Once the new components are installed, the system is refilled with the correct coolant. This part is important because Volkswagen specifies particular coolant types like G12 or G13. Using the wrong coolant can create chemical reactions that form sludge or corrosion inside the cooling system. As long as you use the correct specification and follow the process carefully, you can prevent a potential $2,000 repair long before it happens. Another topic that generates a lot of discussion among Volkswagen owners is the DSG transmission. The DSG is a dual-clutch automatic transmission that delivers fast shifts and improved efficiency, but it also behaves differently than traditional automatic gearboxes. Some drivers notice a shudder or slight jerk when accelerating slowly, especially in first or second gear. Dealerships often respond by recommending a full transmission service, quoting anywhere from $400 to $600. In many cases, the issue is simply aging DSG fluid. The transmission relies on a specific fluid to lubricate the clutches and hydraulic components. As the fluid breaks down over time, the clutches can begin engaging less smoothly, which causes the shudder people feel at low speeds. Changing the DSG fluid and filter is often enough to restore smooth operation. The required fluid and filter kit typically costs between $60 and $100. The procedure involves draining the old fluid, replacing the filter, reinstalling the pan, and refilling the transmission. One detail that matters with this service is the fluid level. DSG transmissions are sensitive to both overfilling and underfilling. The correct process involves filling the transmission until fluid begins to drip from the fill port, while the transmission fluid temperature is within a specified range. This temperature can be monitored using an OBD scanner. When the level is set correctly, many drivers notice an immediate improvement in shifting smoothness. Ignition misfires are another common situation where Volkswagen owners end up paying far more than necessary. A misfire might show up as rough idling, hesitation during acceleration, or a flashing check engine light. Many VW engines use individual coil-on-plug ignition coils mounted directly above each spark plug. When a misfire occurs, dealerships often recommend replacing all of the coils at once, which can turn into a very expensive repair. A better approach is simple diagnosis. If your OBD scanner reports a misfire on a specific cylinder, you can swap the coil pack from that cylinder with another cylinder that is working properly. If the misfire follows the coil, you've identified the faulty component. Replacement coils for most Volkswagen engines cost around $20 to $35 each, and spark plugs usually cost under $15. Replacing both at the same time ensures the ignition system is working efficiently. The process is straightforward. Remove the engine cover, unplug the coil connectors, pull out the old coils, replace the spark plugs using a spark plug socket, and reinstall everything. Another issue that frequently frustrates VW owners involves oil consumption in certain turbocharged engines, particularly the 2.0 TSI. Some drivers notice they're adding a quart of oil every 1,000 miles, even though there are no visible leaks. Dealerships sometimes claim this is within acceptable limits, but there is often a simple component worth checking first. The PCV system, or positive crankcase ventilation system, regulates pressure inside the engine. When the PCV valve fails, it can allow excessive oil vapor to enter the intake system where it gets burned during combustion. Replacing the PCV valve is relatively inexpensive, often costing between $30 and $60, and the installation usually takes less than half an hour. Many owners see a noticeable reduction in oil consumption after replacing this part. Some drivers also install an oil catch can, which captures oil vapor before it enters the intake system. These devices cost around $30 to $80 and can help keep the intake system cleaner over time. Moving away from the engine bay, another extremely common Volkswagen issue involves power window regulators. If you've ever pressed the window switch and heard the motor running while the glass refuses to move, you've probably encountered this problem. Inside the door is a mechanical regulator that lifts and lowers the window glass using cables or a scissor mechanism. Over time, the cables can snap or the plastic guides can break. Dealerships often charge several $100s to replace the regulator assembly.
Replacement regulators with motors included are widely available online for $40 to $80. Accessing the regulator involves removing the interior door panel by unscrewing a few hidden screws and carefully releasing the clips that hold the panel in place. Once the panel and vapor barrier are removed, the regulator assembly becomes visible. The window glass is detached from the regulator, the old unit is unbolted from the door frame, and the new assembly is installed in its place. For someone doing it the first time, the job may take about an hour and a half, but after you've done one door, the process becomes much faster. Finally, let's talk about warning lights related to the braking system. Seeing an ABS or traction control warning on the dashboard can make any driver nervous, but in many Volkswagen models, the cause is surprisingly minor. Each wheel has a small sensor that measures wheel speed and sends that data to the ABS control module. These sensors live in harsh conditions near the wheels, exposed to heat, moisture, and road debris. Over time, they can fail, or their wiring can degrade. When one of these sensors stops working properly, the car's computer detects inconsistent wheel speed data and triggers warning lights. Dealerships may charge a couple $100s for diagnosis and replacement, but the sensor itself usually costs between $20 and $50. Replacing it involves lifting the car, removing the wheel, locating the small sensor mounted near the wheel hub, and removing a single bolt that holds it in place. The old sensor is unplugged and pulled out, the new one is inserted, and everything is reassembled. After clearing the diagnostic code with an OBD2 scanner, the warning lights usually disappear. When you step back and look at these repairs together, the pattern becomes clear. Many of the most common Volkswagen problems sound intimidating when described at a service counter, but they're often straightforward once you understand what's happening. It's easy to see how dealership repair costs can quickly climb into the thousands of dollars. Yet the actual parts for these repairs often cost only a small fraction of that amount. Owning a Volkswagen doesn't mean constant, expensive visits to the shop. With a few basic tools, a reliable OBD2 scanner, and a willingness to learn how your car works, you can handle many of these issues yourself. Not only does that save money, but it also builds confidence and understanding about the vehicle you drive every day. So, when you look at Volkswagen ownership from a bigger perspective, a lot of the expensive repairs people fear are often not as complicated as they first appear. Dealerships frequently quote four-figure repair bills for issues that are sometimes caused by relatively small components. The key is understanding where the real problem might be coming from before assuming the worst. Take oil consumption on certain turbocharged VW engines, for example. Many owners immediately worry about major internal engine problems when they notice the oil level dropping quickly. But in a lot of cases, the issue can start with something as simple as a failing PCV valve. Since the PCV system controls crankcase pressure and oil vapor flow, a faulty valve can send excess oil vapor into the intake where it gets burned. Replacing this small part is inexpensive and quick, yet it can significantly reduce oil consumption. Some owners even add an oil catch can to keep the intake system cleaner and further limit the amount of oil vapor entering the engine. Then there's the well-known carbon buildup problem on VW's direct injection engines like the 2.0 TSI and 1.8 TSI. Because fuel no longer washes over the intake valves like it did in older engines, deposits slowly accumulate over time. These deposits can lead to rough starts, misfires, hesitation, and reduced performance. Dealerships typically recommend walnut blasting, which works well but often comes with a hefty price tag. Many enthusiasts, however, choose more affordable cleaning methods or even perform DIY walnut blasting, restoring engine performance without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. Cooling system warnings are another situation where owners sometimes panic unnecessarily. A sudden low coolant warning can make it seem like a major component has failed. In reality, VW vehicles often develop small issues with plastic parts like the coolant expansion tank or its built-in level sensor. Heat cycles can cause cracks or sensor faults that trigger warnings even when the fix is simple. Replacing the expansion tank is usually quick, inexpensive, and well within the reach of many DIY mechanics. At the end of the day, the biggest lesson for VW owners is that knowledge can save a huge amount of money. Understanding common weak points and checking the simple components first can often turn what looks like a $1,000 dealership repair into a quick and affordable fix at home. The key is recognizing problems early, using the right replacement parts, and following the correct procedures. Once you gain a little experience, many of these repairs become routine maintenance rather than stressful emergencies. And perhaps the most satisfying part is knowing that you solved the problem with your own hands instead of handing over a huge check at the dealership. That knowledge alone can change the entire experience of owning a Volkswagen.